Happy Thanksgiving. It's 46 years since the last waltz. Arguably one of the greatest musical events ever in history of rock and roll. We're a big fan of it here. So we're going to honor Rick Danko, Richard Manuel, and Levon Helm with our Thanksgiving dinner today. Just a little shout out to those guys. And if you are into music like we are, check out The Last Waltz. Pretty awesome. It's great. So we're going to start off our Thanksgiving dinner with what we always start off with, which is the stock. I have bone broth that Rainey has made already as our base. And we're just going to add everything, and that's going to go for all day, several hours. We're going to use this for gravy, for green bean casserole, for everything we need to add just that savory flavor that you love on Thanksgiving. We're going to add stock. So it's really quite simple. Like I said, I'm starting with homemade bone broth. So we got a great base. And I'm just going to add just a little bit of aromatics. I got the celery tops and some onion. We're just going to slide that right in. And then all the giblets out of the turkey. And this is a pro tip here, fellas. Anybody that's cooking your Thanksgiving dinner, you can't wait for the turkey to get done. That turkey neck gets done before anything. And it's arguably some of the best meat on the turkey. So when your stock's getting down and done and you want to have that bite of Thanksgiving, that turkey's not going to be done for 2 hours, get that turkey in and get yourself a little picky pick. It's delicious. So we're just going to put all that in, and plus that's little treats for the dogs, and just your house is going to start smelling like Thanksgiving immediately when you start the stock first. And we're just going to add Old Trusty. I'm not going to put any salt in it. We're just going to add some poultry seasoning. Right there, there's your Thanksgiving aromatics. It's going to make your house smell excellent. Of course, some garlic. I'm not going to put any salt in it. It doesn't need any salt right now because it's going to reduce and reduce and reduce. And we're just going to top that off with water. Just about perfect. Just perfect, just like that. And we're just going to let that simmer all day long. Yeah, it's going to drive you crazy. We probably got 5.5 hours till we eat, and so that's gonna go all day. So our menu, we're really, in our family, we do a kind of just a savory dinner. We're gonna do green bean casserole, stuffing. We don't stuff the bird. We just do unstuffed bird. We just put the stuffing in the oven and let it go. Mashed potatoes and green bean casserole. That's it. That's what we like. And rolls. And then, of course, we have pumpkin pie and apple pie for dessert. Simple. That's how we love it, and it's really easy, and it's traditional for us, so that's the way we do it. The turkey, we brined our turkey last night with just a simple turkey brine. Oh, there he is over there. And 12-pound turkey. And we're leaving it out. It's kind of like you're smoking fish. You want to kind of let it develop a little bit of a tack, and you let it dry out nice, and we're going to put it in. When you're cooking turkey, I think we're going 15 minutes a pound. Obviously, follow your instructions. The only thing I know is a difference is this is a commercially raised turkey. It's a butterball, so it cooks the way it should be. We know if we cook organic turkeys, it's going to go a lot faster. They're not pumped full of fluid, and they don't got that big breast that's going to take forever to cook. So that's the only difference we really see. So this is just a butterball turkey, and it's going to be delicious. We brined it. So stick with us as this process goes, and we're going to make you guys a great Thanksgiving dinner. See you in a bit.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. So this morning in prep for our Thanksgiving meal, we like to have a little bit of snacks up front, and we're not really big on appetizers, but I do make a cheese ball that traditionally my mom used to make, but I don't really have all the same ingredients that she has. The most important one that I think that everybody knows about is the onion soup mix, and so I do have that. I didn't have any nuts, but Daniel shelled us some pistachios, and I just kind of blended them a little bit in my little, blender over there. I don't remember what it's called. And then I was thinking about something a little bit spicy, and Daniel reminded me of my jardiniere, which will be great for a little bit of crunch. So that's what this is. And I haven't done a video on this yet, but if anybody's interested, maybe I'll make a video about that. Pretty delicious. And then last but not least, the main component is the cream cheese. So I just got this in a big bowl, and you may have to get your hands a little bit dirty here. I'm going to kind of spread this out a little bit. And we're just going to put in, I don't know,
That's
maybe
good.
that much.
Yep.
And then,
Old trusty.
yeah, let's get some scissors. This open. I don't know. Maybe half, because I think it usually has 2 things of cream cheese, and I don't want to make it too salty. So we're just going to kind of blend it a little bit with a fork.
And one piece that will make this process go quicker if you set your cream cheese out in advance. We didn't quite do that, but we'll get there.
Okay, so now I'm going to kind of bring it together, and this is the part where I was saying that, you know, you might need to get your hands a little bit dirty here. I did wash my hands, so no one get too grossed out, but I'm going to grab this by the hand here. And we're just going to kind of mush it together, maybe even massage it a little bit to kind of finish some of the mix here. Alright, and then
Looks good. Looks
we're
perfect.
going to put a little sprinkling of nuts on here. And you can put it in the bottom and kind of roll it around. We've never used pistachios on this, and I love pistachios, so I can't imagine this not being good. We'll just kind of roll.
I'll be the
keep
taste
rolling
tester
it.
for you guys here in a bit.
Yeah. Well, I might have should have put some of the pistachios in, because there's a lot here. We'll really try to get all of this, because I don't want to lose out on all that goodness. Plus, Dan will put a lot of hard work into shelling all these.
Yep. Probably like 60-40 to the plate and 40% in my mouth.
Okay, so now once you get it all nice and pretty, now traditionally a lot of people use like a thicker, rough cut nut on the outside that makes it really pretty. But I actually think
That looks pretty good.
that looks gorgeous. So my hands are all yucky, but how about you get a close-up shot of that?
That looks perfect.
You guys, that took what, 3 minutes? Super easy. Serve it with crackers,
There you go.
and you'll have a hit.
You guys see our new kitchen? We've probably didn't do a video, but it's our new appliances, and kind of back up and show you guys what we're working with here. It was a long process with the itis. It was probably over a year to get it done in the current conditions we're living in, but all new appliances. We still got some painting to do and everything like that, but this is actually the first time we've cooked Thanksgiving in our stove in 2 years. We used the turkey roaster, the big turkey roaster, the last 2 years, and so this is kind of it. And we punched out a wall in the other room, watched a little bit of that, and yeah, so we're rocking and rolling our first Thanksgiving in our new kitchen. My camera work probably sucks, but hey, y'all get the message. See you in a bit. We can't go without a taste test, can we? I like Triscuit cracker. I'll get a little bit of that crunchy jardinere vegetable in there. Gonna add some nice texture. Oh, the jardinere. Like Raina was saying, usually you have almost for that texture. The pistachio adds, excuse me. The pistachio adds sweetness, but those crunchy jardinere vegetables in there, that is actually a game changer. That's delicious. Like Raina said, 3 minutes. You do this the night before, and it just marries and gets better. But the fact that you can just roll that out in 3 minutes and put that on the table, it's going to be a hit. It's going to be gone. It's delicious. So it's the magic hour. Star of the show is going in the oven. We're preheated to 350. Like I said, we got a brine bird, just your basic aromatics salt brine, just like you're brining anything. We brined it for 12 hours. We've left it out, like I was saying, kind of like a smoked fish. You want to get a little tack on there. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck the legs back in, just in this little skin flap. You just tuck your legs back in there so the bird's going to be ready. It's beautiful. And now I'm just going to basically season it. Where's my towel? I have my towel. Got a towel. Next step, just for a little crisp. When we go with the browning process at the end, we're going to uncover this turkey. We're not going to butter it right now. Just going to put some olive oil on it. Just kind of like if you're doing frying fish. Wet hand, dry hand. Gonna rub it all in there. Get it nice. Just gonna go ahead and put a little salt on there. Get some nice little salt. A little pepper. It's gonna be beautiful. Lovely. And now just for the nice aromatics it's gonna go through the turkey, I'm just gonna chuck some garlic down in there. Nice and easy, nothing fancy. This is just the way we like to cook our turkey dinners. We're laid back. Some years in past we've fried our turkey, we've smoked our turkey, but the fact that we have our nice brand new oven, and we're gonna use our nice turkey roaster. This thing's been in our family for probably 25, 30 years. We're gonna put her in a nice preheated 350 oven. Like I said earlier, 15 minutes a pound. There's information limitless on the websites for how you want to cook your turkey. Like I said, we're gonna go with 15 minutes a pound, 12 pound turkey. From there, and I've already got my next dishes out. The next dish I'll prepare, I'm gonna make the stuffing on the stove top. I'll have some onions and some mushrooms and of course some celery in there. Get it all nice on the stove with our stock that's cooking. Then we'll put it in the pan and we'll roast that off, just get it good and crisp. We're gonna do our green bean casserole in here and a little bit of rolls at the end, all fired up. And of course, we can't go without our mashed potatoes and gravy. That's also going to happen. Thank you, Rainey, for reminding me of that. How could I forget that? So it's just going to be a big nappy plate that everybody loves, and we'll see when we come back when we start working our next dishes. All right, so laid back Thanksgiving dish number 2. We're going to get it ready to be put in the oven a little later. Of course, it's the stuffing. Just mass-produced pre-seasoned stuffing breadcrumbs. We're okay with that. We're just gonna doll it up a little bit, make it taste a little nice. First thing we're gonna do is add just a little bit of butter. That's what the instructions say to do. Half a cup. And we're gonna go with about a half a cup, maybe even a little less, because we're gonna add stock that's got a little bit of salt in it, so that's a plenty amount of fat. And I pre-cut my celery, my onions. So the train of thought, everybody wants to have their vegetables cut the same size, if you're a professional chef or a trained culinary professional, cut the same size. Well, I like texture, especially in my stuffings, and I can't help but always think about my favorite rice dish, jambalaya, when I'm using celery in anything. And really what makes a good jambalaya is the crunch of a piece of celery. So I like, I got the nice small dice, and then I got some bigger pieces. But as we cook this down, when you're eating your stuffing, and you do get a nice little pop of celery or onion. You know, it really just kind of adds to the whole dish. So next step is really simple. Just gonna dump these all in there for shizzle. Get that all going like that. Onions next. And one thing we love in this house, oh, it already smells amazing. We're gonna get that going. I'm gonna add a can of mushrooms. We love mushrooms and everything. And we've already gone through a whole case of canned mushrooms because we use them for a lot of things. I'm gonna go ahead and drain that off. Oh, made a mess. Drain that off. Do that. And I'm gonna add these mushrooms too. And so, get them all. No salt, just gonna get this going. Get up there a little bit of heat because we wanna get this done really fairly quickly. Already smells amazing. Got my garlic here. Pop some garlic in there. Where is my trusty, no, poultry seasoning? I probably stuffed it somewhere where I didn't need to put it. It's right here, I think. Yep. Of course, you gotta put a little poultry seasoning in there. Just like that. And of course, I will put a little bit of pepper. And then I'll wait if I'm gonna salt it. I'm gonna wait till the very end because I don't know how salty the breadcrumbs are. And like I said, the stock, which actually is not very salty at all. We're gonna make this all one pot deal, and then we're gonna put it in our pan, and then we're gonna bake it at the end, but we're gonna go ahead and we'll do the final tasting at the end to see where it's at. So we'll go ahead and let this roll, and we'll come right back to you once these vegetables get sauteed, and we'll see how it all comes together. So I found an old family heirloom. It's got my name on it. This was made by Stella Stingley. Rest in peace, Stella. She probably figured I'd need to remember whose it is, so she put my name on it for me. Really appreciate that, Stella. So it's got a lot of use, and so yeah, big ups to Stella. So I've cooked these just translucent. I'm big on textures, so we're gonna leave a little bit of texture on that because, like I said, it's gonna go in the oven. So now we're just gonna add these breadcrumbs. It's a double batch, of course, because you gotta have leftover stuffing. And then really, you can, right here, not too bad. So there is room for salt on this. So we got that all emptied out. Give this a good stir, mix everything up. It smells amazing. Color's good. Mushrooms rolling around in there. It's the way we like our stuffing to look. They said we're not making anything fancy. We're making down home, easy going, comfort Thanksgiving, like how we like to make it. So this is where we're going to check for our flavor. We're going to use this stock that we've been rolling boil all day. First, I'll give our little pan just a little squirt. Just a little tiny bit, because we like to stick a little bit. That's all flavor too. It's kind of like when you make a paella or any kind of rice. That crunchy stuff on the side, it's always the best stuff. The fawn, is that what they call it? I'm not sure. I might be getting mixed up what's on the bottom of the pan. So anyway, I'm gonna add my stock. And I'm gonna add, I'm not a huge recipe guy, as you can tell. I'm cooking for how we like it and the flavor that's gonna be delicious. And of course you want your stuffing moist, so I'm just gonna go until I want to give her a stir. A quick little taste test, see where we're at. Those little sauteed, those onions that have been in the stock, ain't gonna be nothing wrong with that. So I'll give it a quick stir. Oh, I think we're right where we need to be, I can tell by the feel. Turn that down. And see, when you leave that celery, just when you don't cook it all the way through, look at the beautiful color. I can tell right now this is where we want our stuffing, because it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna go in the oven. It's gonna crisp up. We won't even cover it in the oven if it's nice and moist. Maybe a little pro tip at the end, when you get those turkey, when the turkey juice is done, you just throw some turkey juice on top of that. If you're not moist where you want to be, just makes it that much better. Give it a little taste. You need salt. So, any chef, any cook, chef, anything, taste your food, give it what it needs. A little salt, a little pepper. Like I said, if I'm going to use more stock or anything after the fact, I don't need to put any more than that in there, because this is a done deal. Turn that off. One final stir. One little taste, so we put that salt in there. See where the moisture's good. Yep. That's all we need. So pour it all in there. Oh yeah. Look at that. That looks delicious. Like I said, those big chunks of celery are going to serve you well in the finished product, because they are going to add the texture that, well, we really love when we're having stuffing. So that dish, that's dish number 2. That's ready to go in the oven. We're just going to wait for the bird to keep cooking. I'm going to use this same pot for the potatoes. Green bean casserole is going to go over there. And once the turkey's done, everything else is going to get done. And then the gravy, and pow, Thanksgiving dinner, just like that. We can just go like this too. That ain't going to hurt nothing. That's just going to add flavor. Clean your spoon and your stock. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, we'll see you when we come back for our next dish.
All right, guys, welcome back. We're about to do another dish here. This is the green bean casserole. Nothing special about it. Basically, I follow the instructions that are on the back of the crispy fried onions. The boys are all out in the living room playing Monopoly and watching football, so I figured I'd get this one going and set aside, because this will go into the oven a little bit later, probably at the same time as the stuffing. Looks like it's supposed to bake at 350 for 30 minutes. I'm not really doing much different. I have 4 cups of green beans already in here, and I'm actually going to take 1 cream of mushroom soup and pour that in. I think it says actually mix the soup and the milk and the pepper in all at one time, but before the green beans, but I'm not going to. I just want to make this in one pot. I don't want to have to worry about mixing anything anyplace else. Okay. This is the milk. I don't remember how much it is. I think it's 3/4. Yeah, 3/4 cup milk. It says 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper, but we like pepper, so I'm probably going to put just almost 1/4 teaspoon in. And these are frozen green beans. To be honest, I actually like canned green beans better in my green bean casserole, but I have so much frozen green beans that I want to get rid of the stuff that's in the freezer before I get into my canned stock. So normally this recipe doesn't call for salt, But with frozen green beans, you know, it's got less sodium in it, so I'm gonna actually put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt in this as well. And then not any more than that, because you're already gonna get salt from some of the other ingredients. I'm gonna put in a can of mushrooms. That's not in the recipe, but we do like to add that. And then about half the fried onions. That's about 2/3. And we're just gonna mix this all up, kind of mix it well. You can see how easy this is. I mean, this is, you know, 2 minutes of time at the most. You can use frozen green beans, fresh green beans, or canned. Like I said before, I actually prefer canned. I just like the flavor of canned green beans. I'm not sure why, but probably because they already have sodium usually in them and stuff like that. So, okay, and then once you have this all stirred up and ready to go, you're gonna top it with another 2/3 cup of the fried crispy onion, whatever they are. Let's see, crispy fried onions. Okay, where's my, there it is. All right, so about 2/3, generous 2/3. This is gonna be the nice crisp on the top. You know, maybe a little bit more. Do it how you like it. Okay, that's as easy as it gets. This is actually a favorite with Daniel and I. The boys are not big fans, but we don't care. It's more leftovers for us. All right, we'll see you at the next dish.
So the turkey's been in for approximately 2 hours and 50 minutes. We're gonna pull it out and check it. Hopefully it's ready to brown, and we're gonna check the internal temperature and just have a good look at it and see what we're looking like. Oh, wow. We are looking amazing. Do you have a bigger one or a sticker down here in the... We want to go in the thigh, but something tells me this turkey is... Wow.
Oh yeah, that's way done. We're good. We better put everything else in.
We want to check our juices. Boy, she feels pretty good. Well, we're going to leave that out and check it again, but she sure looks pretty good. So we're going to slide the turkey off to the side. We're going to put our sides in and get the potatoes and gravy going. So we'll be right back.
All right, it's gravy time. So you could literally just take your broth and add some cornstarch or arrowroot or whatever you want to use as your thickener. But I actually like making a roux and make my gravy that way. So basically I'm going to take like a 1/4 cup of butter, melt it down in the pan. By the way, we've got the potatoes cut up and heating up on the stove right next to me. Boom. All right, and then it's basically equal portions of flour versus some kind of fat, and I always use butter. So if you get the roux, you know, nice and mixed up and a little bit toasty, when you add the broth, it really makes a difference in making sure you don't have any lumps or anything like that. So we'll wait for it to get completely melted, and then let me get some flour ready here. Got my flour, waiting for it to heat up a little bit more. Okay, we're starting to see a little bit of bubbling around the edges here. let's go ahead and put our flour in. We want to mix it up really good. And like Daniel always says, you want to cook the flour out of the flour. Isn't that what you say, Daniel? Let's see, let's get you up close. So I look for color to see how basically you have absolutely no lumps here. Turn the heat down slightly. And let's put about a 1/4 teaspoon of, not even that, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper here. I'm going to put the same amount for salt because I know that there's no salt in the broth. Okay, so it's starting to take on a little bit of a darker color. We want about 2 cups of broth for the amount of flour and butter we just put in. So I'm pretty sure my ladle is a 1/2 cup ladle, excuse me. So we'll put a little bit in right now. Heat it up. See how quickly it's already thickening? Okay, we'll put another cup. Actually, I need a strainer here. Just gonna strain this. Where we're at now. It's going to start to thicken up quite a bit here, so we're going to want to start tasting it. Oh my goodness, pepper. Dal, you want to come take a taste? Tell me what you think. It's got a really nice celery flavor from the broth, that's for sure. Spoon's right here.
More than that.
You want me to double it?
Good color. That's good.
Do you want any more salt or pepper?
No? I think I need a little more. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's got a really celery forward taste to it, which is not super bad or anything. It's just different.
That's yummy.
Okay, so
like
you
the
want
pepper.
some more? You want me to double it then?
I could add a little more. Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause we got this giant pot of potatoes going.
Okay, so you like the thickness right about
Yeah,
there?
oh
Okay,
Ooh, that
so
pepper's good.
basically that's as easy it is. I mean, would that take us 5 minutes? Maybe, oh, looks like maybe closer to 7, but that's with the taste testing, so. All right, we'll see you on the next dish. All right, guys, last dish, mashed potatoes. Now, sometimes we get a little fancy with it. You know, sometimes we might put some sour cream in it or cheese, or there's just all kinds of things you can put into it. But I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to just put some pepper in, some salt, and let's see, some garlic. Usually I would use garlic powder, but I have to move you guys out of the way to get to the garlic powder. So we'll just use my freeze-dried stuff here. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a big old blob of butter. And then, let's see, where's my potato masher? Aha. And then just milk. And we're just gonna mash. So I'm gonna continue mashing this for a little bit. I'll add some more milk as needed. So I'll bring you back here when I get done mashing.
Potatoes. The old potatoes, the way to go. Delicious.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of spread out the
feast and show you what it looks like, and we'll then wrap this thing up so everybody can eat their dinner.
yup.
Okay, we're gonna slice a couple slices of the turkey and show you basically our finished meal, and we're gonna eat Thanksgiving dinner. We're thankful for everybody's health, and I hope you're all healthy with your families and enjoy your Thanksgiving. Wow, looks pretty juicy. Looks pretty good. Wow. I'm gonna take a little piece and try it out and let you guys know how it is.
Oh gosh, that turkey is pretty.
It's good. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Enjoy your holiday.
Happy Thanksgiving.